I'm going to do something, I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stick beside it, because at the end of the day, we're all learning here. And some of us have had a head start better and longer than others. And so if you don't like the behavior, or if you don't like what's being talked about, the suggestion would be, don't do it, because I didn't do it. And just because I'm talking about it, if that makes anybody feel any type of way, then that means, it's wrong. That's what I would have to, excuse me, that's what I would have to say on that. So, um, do with that information what you will. So we're going to fix this real quick, and give me 1 second, because they damn sure kicked me off. Oh, hi, whoever's there, just know that we already been here. We got kicked off, so y'all gonna see probably a couple versions of this. But either way, we gonna keep on going with what we can go with, all right? So if they kick me off, I'm gonna still be back again. Because like I said, I didn't do it. And anything that I'm talking to y'all about, y'all can go look it up. And so right now, my focus is on 5 things. The Quran, the Bible, the Torah, the Kabbalion, and Tarot. All right, what do they all have in common? And so at this moment, we was talking about the magician energy, and things that they're telling us not to do, but meanwhile it's being done right inside the book. They're telling us not to do it, but it's being done right inside the book. It's very hypocritical as to how they're trying to teach. So one thing is this: if in fact you don't want me doing something, but meanwhile you're telling me, you're saying that certain things don't exist in the world, but it's like saying what I told y'all about the kids. We have to teach the children, when you giving your kids the what is it, the birds and the bees talk, you have to tell them more than just, oh, you could get pregnant or you can have a baby. You have to actually tell them that there are spiritual ramifications behind them laying down and being tied to a person. Like they're trying to say even now, and this is scientifically, they're saying that and take it for entertainment purposes only, that man semen is in your system for 7 years, like, the baby, this, that, and the third, when you have a baby with a person. And then you wonder why you acting or carrying out a lot differently. But also throughout time and throughout history, ladies, the masculine energy, the patriarchy, and I ain't saying nothing about y'all men, because a lot of y'all don't even know that y'all, or y'all maybe do. Y'all know y'all are, magicians, manipulators, in a way. But absorbing energy. So taking, destiny swapping with people, because even one of the largest, and I don't know what to call him, but the man that I was talking about the other day, he literally said, tainting their gifts. That's what he said. So, Kamora, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. We done already been here, but I got kicked off, so we had to reboot it again. So I think I got y'all right now. So hopefully everything's good. Anyway, so no, let me go back where I was. It says, let me go back up here. So okay, so forbidden magic, it says divination, sorcery, spell casting are prohibited. So this is in the Torah, but we already know that it's in the Bible. We know this in the Quran also. And again, I ain't saying nothing about nothing, I'm just telling you what's in there. I'm also just telling you right here what it says. What resembles magician energy instead of magicians, the Torah represents prophets, people aligned with divine will. So who gets to say that they're aligned with divine will? Because guess what? If you come along and God, many are called, but the chosen are few. It's also like in the church. So they call them a prophet or a prophetess, right? But if I come along and I'm in a church and, it's not ordained by them, then I am a witch, a spellcaster, a da-da-da-da-da. Mind you, God sent me. But because they think they have the authority of, divine something, because they now are the pastor or the whoever they think they are, if they don't assign it, then they think that it's wicked, it's evil. Mind you, I couldn't have gained the gift without God from the beginning. But because they now say it's a prophet or a prophetess, that's when you now are able to, use your gift. Okay? Meanwhile, also in the Bible, it says that God, the ones that didn't use their gifts, he took them from them and gave them to other people. So the people here think that they are responsible. They think that their connection, whoever is put in, charge, they think that they are responsible for you being allowed to use your gift or not, or calling it a gift or a curse. So if y'all let them do that, then you do that. This is also the reason why I stay away from when people say, oh, well, we have teachers. Yeah, they also know how to manipulate and, wield energy and things of that nature. And I just told y'all that there is a thing where energetically, have you ever got with somebody, all of a sudden you started looking like this person? Like, y'all didn't look alike from the beginning, but all of a sudden now you start looking like this person. This is also the reason why when they tell you, don't be around this group of people, because you'll be, if there's 4 of this, you'll be the 5th one, because you'll start to mimic the energy of the people that you're around. All of these things are real. They just don't explain it to us in a way that we comprehend or we get it. But this is also, like I said, when you're telling your children about birds and the bees, teach them there's a spiritual situation that goes into this. Half of y'all, everybody, and this happened to a lot of people, y'all have babies or y'all have children with people that y'all don't even like. Why? Because you mixed up lust, maybe, or a fun event with this is my partner, or this is the situation that I'm gonna be in, for forever, not knowing that, not happening. Mind you, the universe is at this moment, and I just told y'all, currently getting ready to put some people together. It's getting ready to be some marriages take place. All of a sudden y'all gonna notice that it's 1,000 people, it's marriages taking place, it's connections. So all of a sudden people gonna be in relationships with people just out of the blue, this, that, and the third, people that they've been waiting on forever and a day. All of a sudden they gonna come back and they gonna start acting right. Whatever is happening in the universe, it happened in 2019, it's happening again. Because I'm still hearing, now it's another thing, divine feminine, divine masculine coming together. Because whatever this divine feminine, this special divine masculine, these two special people that are getting ready to come together, it is meant and designed to heal the world. It's being done, it's being said again. So people are getting ready to go in union, or people are, connecting. You're going to get some phone calls from the old person because this person, again, thinks that they're the person. Mind you, everybody hears it. Everybody knows it. Everybody feels it. Everybody understands it, or don't understand it, or think they do. Meanwhile, y'all going to end up in some karmic ass shit. Astaghfirullah. But again, I keep saying, and I'm going to repeat it, karmics are meant to help you, heal you. You could be the karmic, they could be the karmic, depending upon, who or what we talking to, because this is a collective message. So everybody here, everybody doing the thing, right? It's people that don't even watch, any of this. They stay off the internet, this, that, and the third. They're going to end up in relationships, or they're going to start going through cycles, not realizing. Then eventually, guess what? They're going to be dragged here. Why? Because everybody comes online when they come online. And then just imagine coming online and it's a bunch of, people, random people just giving you information, talking to you about stuff you don't know nothing about. Meanwhile, all you are is just trying to figure out what's happening, what's going on in my life. How did this thing just trigger? Mind you, you got these people arguing with these people, because the Christian people, every time they hear, certain words, or not all of them, but all of them, every time they hear something that don't sound like the way they want it to, then they come over here and go on attack mode. But God is loved, but they don't move in love and accordingly. Then you got these other people that start with a J that is secretly doing stuff in your face, i.e. rituals and things of that nature, and maybe they trying to correct it and this, that, and the third. But mind you, these are also the same people that don't want to take no DNA test for nothing to prove that they are who they are, but they will force you to take a DNA test. Y'all, it is a whole lot happening all around, and it's swirling into one ball. But meanwhile, everything is important, and it's a lot. And if you don't know and you don't understand, and mind you, again, we talked about yesterday that everybody's responsible, because once it crosses your path, once you hear it, once it even strikes a chord in your life, you are now responsible to go and seek, because I can pull up the message from yesterday. We had it. You can go look at it. Anyway, so it says, instead of the magicians, the Torah represents prophets, people aligned with divine will. Example, Moses performed signs before Pharaoh. That's what's also in the Bible too. It's also in the Quran, I think, too, is what I was hearing, because that's where I heard it from. So yes, it is. It says Moses performed signs before Pharaoh, staff becoming a serpent, plague, sea parting. Remember, he parted the Red Sea. These acts are called magic. They're described as miracles through God. God can perform miracles at any given time through anybody. But guess what? If you or me, if I sit in front of y'all and I start doing something that would be considered a miracle, them people gonna come out of the woodworks, because they're gonna want to know how I do it. Meanwhile, I said, if God sat in front of y'all today, they would not know who he is. They would try to pin him on the cross again, because they want to minimize and limit who you are as a divine being, period. They want to control. But these are gifts that God has given. Because when they parted the Red Sea, that was God that did that. Right or wrong. But one of y'all go part the Red Sea right now. If I can keep y'all meaning if they can keep y'all, everybody, us, on a lower vibration and thinking that everything is bad, there are no miracles that happen. Meanwhile, miracles happen every day. Miracles through God. So, Egyptian magicians initially imitate some signs showing a distinction between human occult skill and divine authority. But who suggests what? Because remember, I said, if I'm sitting here and I can just, connect to a person, my energy doing a thing, because my energy connects to a lot of people. It's sun, it's luminous, it's radiating. If I go into the church and I start saying certain things, instantly I'm gonna be looked at as bad. But if I sign up for that church, start giving my money to that church, and now all of a sudden they can train me in the way that they wish to train me, all of a sudden I'm a prophetess. I can become a world-renowned prophetess under what they're saying. But God gave me gifts. God gave me talents. God gave me understanding. But what they want to do now is, because if y'all haven't noticed, mentally, they're starting to bring up, we are opening mental institutions. Why? Because it's getting ready to be a thing where, how do you figure out, how did science advance? Not because I volunteered to go to a place. Mind you, I'm perfectly fine. You could be perfectly fine. But because they now want to see how you tick or you work, something's wrong with you. You are a part of the occult. But meanwhile, all of these books are the same, is what I'm telling you. I said, what do they all have in common? But every day I sit in front of y'all, and for the past couple days, I've been showing y'all and telling y'all where they are the same at. It is a roadmap into life, but somebody wants to be able to control your pathway. What happens next? But mind you, what did I tell you? The Quran, for some reason, has been answering questions that are, but the Bible that they gave you only told you half of the story. But the Quran is actually filling in a little bit more of the story. Once I'm done with that and we go into where the Torah and the Kabbalion actually, fit into these things, they all have similar stories. They're one feeding off the other, but meanwhile, they're pointing at each other. Don't deal with this person. Don't deal with this people. But mind you, they all have keys. You have to be the one to go and connect the keys, connect the dots, figure out what it is that these people have been hiding, or what they're hiding, or what they're trying to stop us from. But mind you, God is saying, I'm already on your side. I'm already on your side. If you let them stop you, then that's y'all. Because literally God is saying, do what needs to be done. I got divine favor behind you anyway. Yes, it may be a hard thing, but I already got you. All right, so it says, So the Torah reframes magician energy, a spiritual alignment and obedience, not personal power. Excuse me, but it's the God in me, and they want to control. And I ain't saying nothing about the Torah, just so y'all know. So don't say that I'm talking about nothing other than the fact that this exists and it's there. Why is it there if it don't exist? Because it exists. All right, so the Kabbalion. The Kabbalion is a very different philosophy. It teaches Hermetic principles such as mentalism, all is mind, correspondence as above, so below, vibration, frequency, polarity, cause and effect. So here is how the magician appears here. A person who understands universal laws and consciously works with them. The Hermetic initiate isn't casting spells. They are mastering, just like tarot. It is in the tarot. Okay? So thought, perception, inner transformation, influence through awareness. This is closer to inner alchemy than ritual magic. It's the same thing. Because technically magic is energy. Mastering energy. Manipulating energy. And every day we're manipulating energy. And every interaction, every action we have with everybody, we're manipulating energy. Whether or not I got to put on my little soft voice, because when a person comes around and I'm going to be like, hey, you know, mind you, my energy is good. So when I go into a store and I do this or I do that, so some people may say instantly their energy comes in and I give what I get. So if, you know, I pick up on something, energy not matching, I may automatically, my energy goes on guard. But for the most of the day, I'm walking around in very happy energy because I'm the sun. I'm radiating. I'm beaming. I'm happy to be here. I just turned 50. And 50 feel good, 50 look good. And mind you, also mastering my energy to make sure that I don't allow nobody put into the fact that, you know, because they'll say, oh, you're 50, you're over the hill. But mind you, I'm 50 and I feel like I'm 20. I'm 50 and I can feel like I'm 10. I'm 50 and if I get my mind right, guess what I could do? Reverse everything and anything that has been put into the system. But mind you, casting spells wasn't just me. Casting spells was them, because I need you to get up out of here a whole lot quicker because there's too many people around here. So I need you to feel like everything is falling apart when you hit a certain age. Mind you, I don't feel like that. Mind you, my dreams started again. Like the minute I hit or got close to my birthday, my dreams started to magically do a thing. How about I wasn't really having too many dreams before that? But now, all of a sudden, the dreams are very vivid and they all are telling me something. It's all weaving a thing. Mind you, it's been going over this situation, that situation, and literally my dreams have elevated. But they said at a certain age, you're supposed to be dying. There's people running around here. My dad is about to be 70. My dad look good. And he's 70. Mind you, people in the Bible lasted a whole lot longer back then than they do now. But why? It seems like when their science started to take over is when the people started to reverse in the wrong ways. When things started going downhill. Because how is it somebody in the Bible, biblically, 200 and something years old, still working out, doing this, that, and the third in the Bible? But meanwhile, now we have all this technology, but the air is worse. The food ain't no good. Also, meanwhile, back at band camp, it's also here. So this is the funny thing that I've been listening to and paying attention to too. So, for some reason in the U.S., I was watching a lady and she said, Russia helps you, and I ain't saying about nobody nothing because I would rather be here, okay? But this is the thing. I would rather be here along with us knowing that these people, these doctors and all of this other stuff, they're out for their own self. Like, they're out for their own pockets. So the lady said in Russia, every 3 to 4 months, they go and they get a blood test and they understand $20. And they do all their blood work and then they tell you what could be lacking and this, that, and third. They're not giving you medication. They're giving you things that they believe in earth, like the healing, the herbalism. So they're doing supplements, but they're natural supplements. Here, they try to put you on, medicine, this, that, and the third. She started talking about somebody's ferritin levels and women and this, that, and the third. So, the more you know, the more you grow. Mind you, that was in there yesterday. I learned that from G.I. Joe many, many moons ago. But honestly, that just also came about too. So, literally back in the day, they were actually trying to help at some point in time. Maybe, I don't know. But as of now, they are out for themselves. So we got here because, okay, so let me finish this. So the magician, hermetic, okay, we already talked about that. Power comes from God. Let's see. So the Torah says power comes from God. The Kabbalion says power comes from understanding universal laws. Magic is forbidden in the Torah, but what they're telling you, but mind you, it's being done. So there's that. They're saying it's forbidden, but it's being done. But as long as God is doing it. But also, can I ask you a question? If we were created in the image, what does that say? Like that, if I'm created in the image, I'm created in the image of my mom and my father. So that means I have my mom and my father's DNA. Also, the other part is I have DNA from ancestors because, I'm created in the image. So if I'm created in the image of God, that also means that I have a God spark in me. And if God is giving me gifts and talents for me to use, because even in the book it say the people who use them, they got granted more, meaning I could level up, I can ascend, I can gain more gifts and talents, right? All right, so do with that information what you will, but the magician is in all things. So the Kabbalah and the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, and the tarot. All right, another similarity. All right, anyway, so long story short, the way we got here was because I was listening to the Quran last night, and the Quran says, like I told y'all, it elaborates a little bit more on what the Bible says, but we got to remember how we got even the Bible that they gave us was because, control, right? So take it how it okay, she said, hi, Peter asked what he said. All right, so and again, you don't got to believe nothing I said. So Peter asked whatever you said. I don't know what you said, and I ain't gonna go check. But whatever you said, if you don't like it, then go look it up for yourself. And you probably one of them people that come over here and don't like the fact that I use the word Allah, not understanding or just being, slow into the fact that that's somebody else's language. Language is important. There's a language barrier that we're having because of the fact that these people speak this language, these people speak this language, these people speak this language, and nobody wants to go and, be fully effective or efficiently in getting the information and knowledge for themselves. I would like to be that person. So, Allah and Patois is Jah. So if I was to go over and say anything, I would be saying Jah. It wouldn't trigger nothing for none of y'all because, you wouldn't even care. You would just understand it as a person's language, and you would go on with it. If I said Dios, meaning God in Spanish, nobody would care about it. They would continue on with, okay, she speaks Spanish, that's the language, da 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 da. If I said duh, which is French for God, nobody would care about it. But the minute I say Allah,